What's up, guys? Today we're here at the warehouse and we wanted to give you a tour. This is our Rebel HQ. I was just telling Chance we definitely need to get a sign up there. But I want to show you guys our operations and also give you some flashbacks into how we used to do things versus how much we've progressed to this day. So come on in. So this is our customer pickup. So we do have local deliveries now available. So when you walk in, what you'll do if any of you end up coming to pick up some product is you'll just let yourself in and then ring the little doorbell here, and then your order will be waiting up here for you and a team member will meet you to go ahead and give you your order. So that's something new. So we'll definitely have to find a picture of what this used to look like. Chance laid down some flooring and everything for us, and then come back here. And this is Chance's cutting table. So do you want to kind of talk about your...
This is where I cut the wax pads and roll out the material. I cut the wax pads and the SMAs, deluxe, lap mats. And then when I get done cutting, I put them on the rack over here for Christy to sew them up for you guys. So we got the pink, the white, the pink trim, white trim, black trim, the cream trim. And so we get them all sewed up right here, and then we bring them over here to the packaging station, and the crew packages them up and gets them out to you guys.
Okay, but first you've got to tell them about how you used to cut wax pads.
Okay, so maybe we could put a picture in the first wax pad cutting all-in-one stand that I made. It was...
You should patent it.
Yeah, right. We cut it. We started on our kitchen table in our apartment in Huntington Beach. And first I was just using the table, and then I was like, man, there has to be an easier way, because then we got our first roll, and it was way too much to manage across our little kitchen table. So I made like a stand where it held the roll.
Didn't you use that pole?
No, not this pole.
Oh.
No, I got rid of everything when we moved up, and I just, we started over, and I made this table.
Yeah.
About 4 years ago now. So I would cut it all in one. It was like a stand that held the roll, and then I'd fold it up over the top of it, measure it out, and then just cut it off the top. But I still used the same level that I had. This was actually my dad's, and I remember using this as a kid on the job site. Right. So I'd use that. Still use it today to cut the SMAs and the lap mats and deluxe pads. But yeah, so that was the first one that I ever made, and that's how we got started.
Yep.
And hopefully we can find some cool pictures to post up for you guys, so you guys can get a visual on that. Also,
we did that podcast episode, though, about our wax pad journey.
Yeah.
So go check that out, too, because we explained from the apartment to the...
manufacturer to our friends, like
the whole journey. Yeah. It's a thing.
Yeah,
so,
it was a thing.
Now this is where we've got it
get it done. On. Yeah.
Yep.
And then I'm actually training my brother right now to cut the pads and take that part over, so we could just focus more on just the content collabs and sales and getting the stuff out to you guys as fast as we can.
Yeah, and before moving to this warehouse, though, we do have a warehouse at our original home that we moved into up here. Yeah. So we were operating out of there, and between there and our salon, which we're gonna actually give you guys a tour of after this as well. So we've definitely progressed a lot when it comes to be everything in one spot.
And that's in that one podcast you're talking about.
Yeah, so go back and look at that. So then we'll give you a tour. This is the sewing room / like our printing station. So Chance will come in the morning. So we've really been transferring over for Chance. He's like officially like the COO now. So he's in charge of anything operations. So he comes in and has started taking over on printing orders. So the first thing when we come in, he's going to print all the orders.
We check your emails, get back to you, customer service, and then print orders, and then when I print them out, I bring them over to the packaging station over here. Yeah. And then we lay out the orders for them, and then the crew starts packaging them. Or I'm sorry, they lay out the orders and start packaging them.
And so all of this did not used to be here. So okay, I can't remember our original.
So we
setup.
had the. Where are the racks? We had those plastic racks were our first racks that we ever had.
Those were the only ones we had. So every product had to fit on that. But we also didn't have all these products yet. So our like OG original wax was pink shimmer. So we only, at one point, had only pink shimmer in what size? Like 10-pound bags?
I think we had 20s and 10s for a while.
Yeah.
And then
now we have
10s and 5s.
Now we have 8 different waxes, and each one comes in 3 different sizes. So we have 2.2-pound bags, 5-pound bags, and 10-pound bags available, and then our cutesy little sample pack.
So let me give you kind of an idea how it was. We had these plastic racks like about right here, probably about like right here, and then I had my cutting table still right there. And then so behind these racks, we just had rows of boxes of all the wax, all the pink shimmer boxes on the ground.
So literally back here was just, because we didn't have different like varieties of wax, we just piled all the boxes back here in one big pile.
Well, one big pile, and then we kind of got organized by making like a foot, lane between them.
We made like an aisle.
Yeah, an aisle, we would say.
And that was an upgrade.
Over here in this corner, we had a little kick it spot for the kids, a little
we put down turf.
Lounge.
We thought we were super cool.
So we moved that spot actually above the sewing room. So that couch and TV up there, it was the same couch and TV that was down here. And so we were just working with what we got, and then
we ended up.
We got the racks. These racks. And then they lined up these walls over here.
Yes.
And we had one aisle maybe right here, I think. And then
when we got those racks, I felt like
that was a game changer.
Made it. I was like, this is like a legit warehouse now.
We were like walking around just staring at the racks. Like,
we're like, this is so cool. Yeah. And we drove to Portland to pick up the racks. This guy like
that's what he does.
Sells companies that are closing or whatever.
He picks up the racks from the companies that are going out of business or selling their racks.
So that was an awesome resource.
He resells them, but they're great quality. Like this one looks brand new.
So now how we have it set up is that this is all kind of like overstock wax pads. Maybe they were made for a trade show and didn't sell, or maybe we accidentally made extra or something. I don't know. But these are all like just ready to go. And then that's obviously our packing area like we showed. And then back here is when we get into like the overstock of stuff. So we have some sticks, our soft wax, all of those racks back there are our wax pots. And then we didn't have this second warehouse, but so how long ago did we expand into this?
Probably about a little over a year ago now.
I don't know if it's been
because it was the last hunting season. I remember that.
Okay, it's been a year.
Yeah.
So we started bursting at the seams, and we really needed more room because we started getting larger quantities shipped in. So we got so lucky this warehouse became available because we were actually looking at new locations and thinking that we were going to have to completely move. But then this was a hydroponics
Hydroponics?
business. No, he was actually growing real vegetables.
Vegetables, yeah.
But he moved out, and then we jumped on it like same day that he was out. We signed over the lease, and then busted this big old hole in the wall. So
turned us down, and then we called the rack dude up and said, "Hey, we need more racks.
We need more racks."
So then we drove back down to Portland, got some racks.
I made them let me take this ladder too. I'll have to find a picture of how we had to get that on the trailer and stuff. Like I had to have that ladder. Okay,
got these sick conveyor belts really quick.
Yep, that was a game changer for unload days. You guys got to go back and check out our.
Or maybe we can put a picture or video of it in use.
Yes,
in there.
We will do that.
That'd be sick.
So then we got all these racks and it just opened up so much more room for inventories, and it was a game changer when it came to unload days, because now we weren't having to walk things all the way to the back of the warehouse. Now we have the trucks pull up to this roll-up door right here, and everything goes directly onto the rack. So we have a good little system. We've done it quite a few times now, so we've really learned like good systems. So expanding into this space has been huge. And then recently, our most recent project has been this office. So Chance and his dad fully built this themselves. This office was not here. It was just like that warehouse. It was just a big open space. But what we were running into with the issue was with now having like staff and stuff, and I'm needing to be on like content and collabs, talking to schools, providing like my mentorship. I needed a quiet space to work. So I was built a cage. I joke and call it a cage.
Look at this cage, guys.
Yeah, I love my cage.
Come in and show
I'm just
your
kidding.
cage.
It's not a cage. It's a very beautiful office that my husband's so sweet to build.
Come on in here.
One of my favorite parts.
That means do not disturb.
It means shh, quiet on set. So this is our beautiful office. So I'll start over here is our little kitchen nook. So you guys know we're on a health and wellness journey. We're a little over a year in, down 65, he's down 75 pounds. So it's really important for us to set ourselves up for success and make sure we have everything accessible. So we have some of our like snackies up here so that we're never, my biggest problem was I wouldn't eat throughout the day and I'd be starving and then just like go for all the like bad stuff. So now we keep this stocked up. We have our little microwave, our True Lean Greens, and our wellness shot. Check them out. I'll link it in the description. So good. Our coach, this is his product, but it's a really amazing product, especially, it's like, think of like Airborne, but like on steroids. This stuff's amazing. Anyways, that was a side note. And then over here, we've got our little mini fridge. I'm absolutely obsessed with these Fairlife protein shakes. I get them from Costco. I'll only drink the white ones though. I don't like the core power. Another Fairlife, sponsor me.
You want to talk about the sign really quick?
Oh my gosh, the sign. Okay, we are gonna have to blur out my number because people like start calling me. But this was our original sign at our storefront on PCH in Newport Beach. So when we officially moved out, because I actually was traveling, when we first moved up here to Oregon, I was traveling from Newport to here, back and forth taking clients. But then we finally eventually were like, it was too much. I was
it's way too much.
I couldn't do it anymore. So, well, I chose not to. Anything's possible. Anyways, we chose to close that down and Chance took the sign from me and I love it. So this is gonna kind of be like our memorabilia wall eventually, because I also have this stamp that we used to use, and I did spell custom incorrectly, but it's kind of like nostalgic. I like it. So we're gonna start hanging little like memory stuff up here. So we've got this is kind of like my workstation-ish. So we got the mini fridge, like I said, my printer, all my extra paper and stuff, our computer, which will do some Zoom calls on there. And then one of my favorite things is big old conference table. So it was really important to me to have a lot of like table space because I cleaned up for you guys because I knew I was going to be bringing you in here for a little tour. But normally I have papers spread out freaking everywhere. So I really needed like a big workspace. And then another one of my favorite things is my marker board. So I'll just stand here and like just mind dump, just like any thoughts that come to mind, just write them down, content ideas, sales and marketing stuff, whatever it is. I'll mind dump here and then I take pictures and I have an album on my phone of all my marker board notes. So that's that over there. I love this space. Like it's such the perfect like multifunctional like space for me. So then over here is all my wax pots. So I'll film content. I actually started taking clients here now too. So I'm going to go show you guys after we're done here. We're going to go head over to the salon and I'm going to show you where I've been taking clients, but now I'm going to be taking them full-time here because I'm actually renting out my private room to 2 estheticians that will be sharing it now. So yeah, I'll show you guys that, but it's so nice to be able to just work out of one space. I can go from office work to content to taking a client real quick. So I have a pop-up table there. But what I'm really excited, first of all, I love this piece. It is phenomenal. I'll have to tag, because he's a hairstylist and he's big on YouTube. So I'll have to find his handle and tag him. Yeah, I actually started following them after we bought this and they've like got the YouTube thing down. I have to say they're pretty rad. It's a husband-wife team too. We need to have them on our podcast. We totally need to have them on our podcast.
Yeah, we got to make a little more room.
Yeah, or even we can set up at the conference table for that.
I like
Chance
that
has been
idea.
wanting to do a podcast at the conference table very bad, so that might be a good opportunity. Anyways, this piece, I needed something big because I wanted to showcase all of our wax pots. So I think I found this on Facebook Marketplace. Chance was so sweet to go pick it up for me, and then we're gonna spruce it up, sand it, repaint it, make it like more on brand. It's on the to-do list, but we're getting a custom countertop made for this, and it's gonna be super legit, and I cannot wait to show you guys. So this is probably like one of my favorite areas of my room. My marker board's here, my sign. Don't compare yourself to strangers on the internet. So important. Please don't, you guys. Don't get stuck in the comparison game. It is a stealer of joy, a thief of joy. Joy, whatever, you know what I mean. Okay, and then over here, and we just got done filming 4 episodes. So this is like set up, but this is our podcast area. So it's continuing to evolve. Each episode, I feel like we add something new to the set. So it'll probably be different the next time you guys see it too. But this is our office, this is our space, this is our warehouse. So that's about it. You have any other? Anything to say?
Yeah, look how rough she has it in her cage.
I know.
It's a pretty rough area.
My cage it's tough.
Right?
It's a tough life, man.
Yeah.
It's not for the weak. I'm just kidding. No, I'm super grateful. I just joke because I'll be out there bugging everyone. He's like, okay, don't you have some office work to do?
Yeah.
Go back to your office.
She's being here. Serving you guys with her content and collabs.
Word.
So.
I will always continue to serve you guys well. Okay. All right, so that's it with the warehouse. Let's head over to the salon. The warehouse is on the north end. I'm learning direction still, so we're on the north end of town, right?
Yeah.
And then the salon, that's like mid, right? It's not like south.
No, that's like, yeah, it's still like the north end. I would say like the east side of town.
But we've gotten really, really lucky with our locations because the only thing is you cannot make a left turn in Bend. Left turns are non-existent in Bend. I just stay out of the way. But we've gotten so lucky on our locations, like the warehouse, it's just, everything's like in route. So, because we live on the outskirts of town, so then we drive in, the warehouse is first, and then we hit the salon, and then the kids' school. So everything's like in a good location for us. Remember all those other warehouses we were looking at too? I'm so glad they didn't work out because the locations would have really sucked.
Well, and just like how corporate feeling it is.
Yeah,
I love this. I love this because it's out on its own.
Yeah.
And it was just like a handshake deal. The people are super cool. They own so much real estate in Bend. It's crazy. Like their
the dad or the grandparents?
They're probably grandparents. I don't know what it was, but they've had like property in their family for a long time.
So it's like it's a family business.
Yeah, and the kids took over, and then now I think they're kind of running it. I'm not sure, but
yeah, they definitely are.
It was an OG kind of deal, and I like that.
And it's nice because it's month to month, even like with a commercial lease. So it's like we have stepped into a whole new realm with these commercial leases now. Oh my gosh, the warehouse is easy, but the salon is a whole beast on its own.
I mean, just to hang a damn sign on any of these other kind of commercial buildings, we had to go through permitting and like all this just city crap that I didn't want to deal with, and
the warehouse
a bunch
is
of money.
Still city, right? It's not county.
Yeah, but like the owners, they don't care.
Yeah.
You know, they don't care if we put up a sign if it,
Well, it's all like smaller businesses that have been open for a while. It seems like by us. So all of our neighbors at the warehouse are like super cool.
Yeah, they've been there. They've been there, 20 years and.
We're hoping if all the stars align that the warehouse is behind us. So as we expand, that maybe they move on and we can bust down those walls too.
take it over. Or even just get a warehouse like, not inside the same building and just get a forklift and just pallet,
Oh my God, you'd love that.
Yeah.
I'll never be able to find him. He'll just be driving the forklift all around
the
town.
Stuff over to where we need it.
Then we'll really need an intercom system.
I'll build my own office. It'll be a wax station and our own personal gym.
Yeah, actually that would be super cool. So we're already getting off. We're this drive, 5-6 minutes from the warehouse?
Mm-hmm.
But it was getting really difficult. So the reason why I'm now renting out the full space and not operating myself out of there anymore is it would just be so hard to pull myself away from the warehouse to run over here to take a quick client and then go back to the warehouse. It just was not functional anymore. It wasn't serving us well. So my lease is not up until January 31st. 1st of next year. So we're just gonna rent out the full space, but who knows what that will turn into, because I've noticed a really big problem here in Bend is like once you graduate school, there's not really anywhere for girls to go. Like there's not a lot of options for employment, and there's not, like, it's scary to go and not always like recommended to go out on your own right away. So who knows? I don't know. We'll see what happens with the salon, but for now the plan is just like ride out our lease, and then we'll kind of reevaluate from there. But I may consider opening up like an actual waxing, lash and wax like salon where I actually employ girls, train them. I don't know though. I don't know. We'll have to think on that. So here's our salon. So you can see our pink sign over there, Lash and Wax Bend. All right, so we actually used to do the wax pads out of the salon, and Chance would have to dolly all the product up and down these stairs. I'll find some videos. I know I have some videos, but that's one thing I'm so grateful that we don't have to do anymore. Well, there's definitely Chance doing the heavy lifting. But here's our salon. It's come a long ways. I'll show you guys before pictures for sure. So the sign that you guys saw in my office of the "Don't compare yourself to strangers" on the internet used to be up here, so I'm gonna have to replace it with something because this wall is very bare. But this used to be the brick wall similar to what you can see in the hallway out there. So we painted all that white. We've changed the flooring like a couple times. Chance wasn't very excited about that. Okay, but let's start first with over here. So this originally was where we were packing orders, right?
Yeah.
We had this set up for a packing station.
So I built this. This wasn't here. This little reception desk. It was all carpet and like I think just a white color walls. And
no, they were like green.
Were they?
I think so.
But then, yeah, we had racks right here with like the product, you know, the wax pads, and we didn't even have wax at that time. It was just wax pads.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were only doing wax pads out of here.
And then we had that table that we had at the warehouse right here. It was a little small table that I would package. And then in this room, we had...
This was our sewing room.
Yeah, we had a sewing room in here.
So this was our sewing room. So the sewing tables were both in front of both of the windows. And actually before we moved the packing station out there, we had it in here too.
Yeah, we still had the table in here, yeah.
So we had the table.
Pack in here, and then we would pack in there, and she would print the orders. And I don't know what took up all your time in here. Was it just...
We were doing, remember we had to individually do every single one. We didn't have the label printer yet, so we were doing on computer paper, and I was folding it and doing the clear masking tape. Oh my gosh, so much is coming back.
We'd print out like 4 on one piece of paper and cut it, and then bring them out here and stack them, and then we would tape it with masking tape on the packages.
We were not efficient.
And we just had these like shitty bags at first.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry guys. Thank you to the OGs that like have gone through the growing pains and continue to go through the growing pains with us. I appreciate you. We promise we will always continue to strive for excellence and improvement at least. But then this turned into, recently I had a lash artist renting this space. She's gone back to cosmetology school. So this is available at the time of this recording at least. So if you're in Bend and you're a lash artist or provide any non-intimate services, this is available. All right, and then out here we've got our year-round Christmas tree. It's very special to me. I'm just kidding. I'm just too lazy to take it down. And I'm like, we're in Oregon. There's pine trees everywhere. So it's fitting. My son did find one ornament under the couch, so he decided to hang it up. So this is our little reception area. We're going to be putting a mini fridge back there. It's the one I stole for my office that you guys saw. TV's hooked up to Spotify, Netflix, so clients can watch shows and whatever while they're waiting for their appointment, or the girls can play some music. And then
when we had the salon, she was doing spray tans in here.
Oh yeah, that's right.
In a tent.
This was my spray tanning room. So I just had my tent and my extraction fan and my machine and everything always turned on. And then now it's my renter. She does nails, obviously you can tell, and she's incredible. Her name's Chris. I'll tag her Instagram, so if you guys are looking for a nail artist, definitely check her out. She's awesome. Her art is like incredible. And then this is our little, like, it was a little coffee nook, like bar area, but now the girls, because that back room where our sewing room was, that's actually an esthetician renting from me, Hope. I'll also tag her. She's awesome, and she's doing facials, so they kind of use this more as like a back bar, like sink. And then here's our bathroom. That needs to be changed out, but here's a little bathroom, so it's a bathroom. And then I'll show you my treatment room that will now be shared amongst 2 estheticians. So it looks pretty empty right now because we moved a lot out. We actually were originally setting this up for our podcasting area. So we had that big round table. I don't know if you guys noticed it at the warehouse. We had that here in the little white chairs. But yeah, this is where I filmed my free 6-week course, in this room. So it's huge. This is the biggest treatment room that I've ever worked out of. It's like literally so big. So yeah, this will be taken over now on the 15th. So in two weeks, and it's 2 girls. They provide lashes. They'll do a little bit of waxing. One does like sugaring, brow laminations, all the things. So they'll be in here now. And yeah, I think that's about it for the salon. I totally forgot that back in this section, I held some of my first wax classes here in Bend too. So I just had, it looks so ghetto. I'll have to find pictures for you guys, but there was just a little like pop-up plastic table here. I had a desk over here. And then yeah, the treatment table and everything was always over here. And then yeah, we've repainted this a couple times too, because I tend to change my mind a lot. So,
All right, thanks for coming on the tour with us, checking out the warehouse, checking out the salon, seeing the growth. I hope all these visual pictures kind of give you guys a better idea of what everything used to look like and what they look like now. And stay tuned for the future journey of Rebel Wax.
more to come. See you next time.